but certainly nothing lies beyond.
The Church of England urged people to pray for you. Did you appreciate that, or did you think it was a waste of time?
Hello there. Welcome to the world of Vikings. My name is Stephen, and we will be going through some of the Viking settlements in the Viking period. Now, before we get into this, we need to understand who the Vikings were. They came from Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and other places from around the world. First off, in 795 Common Era, Vikings ventured to Ireland. And you know what they did as soon as they got to Ireland? That's right! The Vikings eventually started raiding the monasteries off the east coast as they were hunting for treasures. Fun fact! Vikings enslaved or killed anyone that triggered them. By the way, triggered means angered. I wouldn't exactly call this a settlement, but a Viking's gotta do what a Viking's gotta do. Our second Viking settlement happened in the late 9th century. Iceland was first discovered and settled by Norwegian Vikings. In particular, a Norwegian Viking by the name of Nanod discovered Iceland quite by accident. His ship was blown off course by a wind, or as some would say, the force of God himself. His original route was to get to the Faroe Islands from Norway. When Nanod seemingly discovered Iceland, he returned to Norway to tell the people of Iceland. And then roughly 6 to 7 years later, the Vikings relocated Iceland to settle it. It was actually later, around roughly 870, Iceland was settled. Our third Viking settlement is around 980. Greenland was settled by Icelander Vikings, and it was first found by a man called Eric the Red, who was exiled from Iceland for killing a man.
I can't believe you've done this.
He then explored the upper region of Earth and came across the coast of this new land. Eric returned to Iceland and boasted about his discovery. Eric then proceeded to pull off one of the biggest pranks of the 9th century. This prank was going wrong, right? So you see, what Eric did was he proceeded to call his newfound land Greenland, even though most of the land was covered in ice. So when settlers arrived at Greenland, they said to Eric, "You what, mate? I thought this was Greenland." And then Eric said, "It's just a prank, bro. You just got played." Oh, and I forgot to mention, Vikings possibly discovered America in 985 CE. And they might have been in Russia too.
Hey Stephen, do you want to hear a best Viking joke in the world?
What is it?
Well, how do Vikings communicate?
I don't know, how?
Through Norse code.